What did you say there, Mary Anthony? You're excited for what today here on Younger Life Live?
To have Chef Melody with us today. I am so excited. This has been the show I've been looking the most forward to.
We are preparing. You could watch everything we're doing. It's another great installment live on the radio around the world. We go as we stream it, and you could view it. Chef Melody is with us today. Big round of applause. Come on, let's get it out there. Come on. Ryan Beth is our executive producer. We absolutely love him to pieces. Chef Melody, talk and jump right up to that mic and say hi to everybody. Hey. And wave in the camera. Come on, wave right there. She is awesome. Man, what did you bring today? This is crazy.
Well, we can't talk about food unless we eat.
Oh,
come on.
We are going to manja.
All about television.
Yeah.
Smell of radio.
What is this thing in front of me?
This contraption is called a Vitamix.
Okay,
This
Vitamix.
is like my most wonderful object in my kitchen because it cooks, it blends. I mean, it'll blend anything. Put your hands in there and you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
When you say it blends and does anything, talk to me a little bit about that. It's kind of cool. So anything, soups, dips.
I make soups, dips, all kind of things. I put nuts in here. I puree with it. You can cook with it. So, I mean, it's an awesome product. Yeah, I love it.
I never realized how crappy my blender was until this morning. I knew I have an old blender, but trying to make this cheese dip. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
You actually made the dip and brought it.
I did. I made it. I was making it early this morning so it could be as fresh as possible. And it's one of the recipes.
We're going to talk about?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there to you. I think I'm one-upping you today, kiddo, because I, too, Chef, heard you in my head and my wife was yelling at me on the left side and you were yelling at me in a nice way on the right side. And Mary was just like, dude, just shush. That's what I heard you. So I had 3 wonderful women in my life that I love to pieces. But I brought the fresh mangoes. Hold on. I brought the fresh mangoes. See, I just want to show everybody. I brought the fresh avocados, ladies, fresh, and
my favorite
red onion.
My favorite.
I love these.
I love
these
onion.
Smell killer.
I'm the only one in my house that'll eat onion, but I love
a little bit of cilantro and a little bit of cayenne pepper.
Oh, cayenne. Cayenne is so amazing because, not only am I a chef and I cook and I use this food, but cayenne pepper will stop a heart attack in its track immediately.
Really?
Immediately by just putting like a teaspoon in with some hot water and drinking it down until you can get some help. I
did not know that.
Yes, it does.
There you go, saving lives.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Keep cayenne pepper on you. Some people keep in little baggies instead of keeping nitroglycerin. If there's ever a heart attack, you can stop it.
My
For those
goodness,
of us with
that's
high blood
awesome.
pressure.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Chef Melody
I
for
never
President
knew
of the
that.
United
Look,
States.
we're a minute and a couple into the show, and I already learned something crazy that I never knew.
It's amazing.
So this is great. YoungerLife.org/live. You could see what we're doing today, kind of the presentation.
Yes.
You could listen to us on WIMS AM 1420, of course, here locally. The corporate headquarters of what we're doing, of course, today. Stream it live. It's really great. So Mary Anthony, Rick Federici here. This has been a really cool debut week, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. I love it.
Okay, we're going to spin it over. You have got such an incredible story. I was introduced to you, several months ago.
Yes.
At one of the IU Health of LaPorte, Indiana, their Women's Expo. And thousands of people go to this every year, and it's all about making a difference, seminars, cool things. Your gig was incredible, by the way. You showed us all, and that's why you're here today, how to eat a little bit better, healthier. But your story is, in one word, epic. Talk a little bit about you.
Well, I always considered myself to be primarily healthy because I was a vegetarian, so I thought I kind of had the edge on people, not realizing there were so many unhealthy foods that even though vegetarian, like potato chips, Oreo cookies, these are all vegetarian products, and I ate a lot of them. I was really having what I call into dairy. I called myself the dairyaholic because I ate cheese all the time. And I went to a cooking program not realizing how out of control I was. I weighed over 265 pounds at the time. My cholesterol was over 200. I had heart disease, was taking medication for over 22 years, was diabetic, and with severe hypertension.
Oh my goodness.
And within just a few short years of completely making a change in my diet, I've lost over 118 pounds.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And I have never dieted. I eat a lot of food, and that's the cool thing because it has to do with calorie density food. You know, you eat a lot of food with lower calories, or you eat just a little bit of food with higher calories, and it's such a simple thing. So I eat as pure, I'm whole plant-based as I possibly can. I was off my medication in 6 weeks.
Wow.
I had literally went from over 200 cholesterol to my last count was 128.
Oh my.
I mean, that's amazing in itself. 128 cholesterol. Anything below 150 is heart attack proof. And that's by Dr. Esselstyn. I mean, they've done the research on that. So it's amazing, the transformation. I went from a size 26 to a 10. And
oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm a
killer.
I am a whole new woman,
I mean,
and I'm 61 years old.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it. I mean, I walk on the average around 30 to 50 miles a week for my exercise, and it's just, I love life. I feel better now at 61 than I did when I was 30 years old.
Wow.
You look absolutely stellar.
That
I feel
is
so
amazing.
great.
And you've got,
Wow.
like I was going to say, she's got like some of the coolest hair in the biz.
Oh, I know.
I'm all about that haircut. Yeah.
I'm loving her coat. I'm loving your jacket.
Oh, yeah.
I am. I'm like, ooh, you are
I don't know if I
styling.
should say this, Mary Anthony, Rick Federici here, Younger Life Live. I don't know if I should say this to the chef, but I think I'm going to put her on the spot. Last time I saw you, you know, you have beautiful hands. You know, it was cool. But I noticed this time, should I say it, Mary Anthony? There's a ring on it. There's a ring on that finger.
It's gorgeous.
Look
too.
at that.
It's
Right
beautiful.
into the camera.
That is
My honey bunny in Texas, Mr. Cavanagh, asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
Woo! That
Nice.
is so exciting,
Cowboy?
really.
Cowboy to
Oh,
the,
gotta
to
love
the
that.
hilt.
That is so
awesome.
exciting.
Well,
Congratulations.
That is so
Thanks.
wonderful. And yeah, you could just tell in her presence, her energy, happy. Are you happy?
Happy, that's
Are
it,
you
happy.
I am extremely happy. You know, when you feel good and you're not taking medication, your body gives you this wonderful feeling. I mean, I really don't remember feeling as good as I do, and I'm like this all the time. I mean, I am high on life because I feel so good.
That is
I
great.
mean, really.
Ryan Beth, our executive producer, is itching for. He's like, dude, it smells so good in
I
this
know,
place.
I know. It's
I'm like,
funny.
think about all the people that are going to come after us. They're going to be like, wow,
Yeah,
what's
I know.
going on
It's
here?
not
like,
fair. They'll come in all later all day.
This is really cool, but I think one of the things that, you know, Mary and I wanted to put together today with our Younger Life Live tech team and our crews is to have you in here, Chef, to educate the audience both visually and from a radio standpoint about eating healthier. So I really would love for anybody that's, you know, out there listening or viewing today to grab a pen, grab some paper. You know,
Absolutely.
obviously you can go to youtube.com afterwards and scope it out. You can listen to the podcast. We get all that. But, you know, if you can, write this down because I cannot believe this is my favorite one of the day so far, the cayenne pepper.
I know, right?
Like I'm going to put it in my little pocket.
There should be one in your
Oh,
medicine.
okay, now here's another little tip. You know, it's winter.
Okay.
And it's colder than ever out there. You
Sure
know, I
is.
got off the plane. I got on the plane in Dallas at 60, got off at 2 in Chicago. And I'm thinking, what? I'm so crazy. What did I come back here for? But cayenne pepper you can put in your shoe, slip your foot in there with your sock on, and it warms your toes.
That
Wow.
is insane. I did not know
wonderful?
I
that.
guess the question from my perspective, I'm going to be blunt.
Wow.
Do you, when you take those socks off, do you smell like a pepper kid?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
That
It
is
just helps to keep
fascinating.
warm.
I mean, really, that is crazy. I would never have thought that. My goodness. So about your story real quick. Are you from this area then?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
I was born in California, and most of my life I grew up in Texas. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of a southern.
When you said come
California
back,
girl.
I thought, did you live here or you just were here when you were...
Well, I come up here several months out of the year because Chef Mark Anthony and I do
Right.
a lot of filming together because there's 4 networks out there we actually film on. And so he has a studio in Mishawaka, and I
Oh.
stay there about 3 months out of the year where we just crank out 50 to 80 programs
Wow.
a year.
Wow.
So they're
Holy
30-minute to
cow.
1
That's
hour
a lot.
segments, and a lot of times you can go on YouTube, go to our websites, and you can view a lot of these because we want everybody out there to have the knowledge that we have, and we give
Right.
it out there for free.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
I'm so stoked. Well,
Thank
let's get this underway because I really would like to talk about it. That's just someone saying, I'm listening at work, you're making me hungry, but talk to me
Sorry.
about recipes. So let's chat a little bit. You have brought a plethora of things you've got. Is
Yes.
that considered a crock pot next to you?
Well, no, this is even better. It's what they call a rice or a grain cooker.
Okay.
And I love this. I have got it on, and I can actually steam. I can boil in this. So say you're a mom and you're a working family. Mom's at work, kids are at school, dad's at work, but you want something quick to fix for dinner at night. This is actually a little bit better than a crock pot. It cooks faster. However, it doesn't have any of the lead. This is a stainless insert, so I really like that. But I could put my onions, my garlic, my basil, my tomatoes, my canned tomatoes in here and cook, come home at night, puree it, put in either almond milk, tofutti sour cream, even puree cooked rice for a cream in that, and make a wonderful tomato basil soup.
All right, here's what I'm going to do for the viewers and the listeners.
Okay.
Because they're seeing our camera perspective. I just took a quick shot. I'm going to throw that up on Facebook.
Oh, good idea.
So folks know what it looks
Right.
like. So you could do a variety of things in that. You're obviously traveling. And so it seems to be, it's pretty light. So explain, you could actually take that stuff out. Talk a little bit about that.
You can take it out.
It. Yeah.
This one I really love. This is called NutriWare. And these are hard to find in the stores because usually the ones in the store are really a inexpensive version and they have Teflon in them and they're aluminum. And I'm not much on aluminum and Teflon. And so most chefs cook with stainless steel. And I found this one on the internet. Absolutely love it. I think this is like 8-cup capacity. I can cook beans in here without soaking them. Within 2 programs it's done. I could cook rice, soups. I've even made desserts in here like I've done like a blueberry cobbler. And I've done it right here, put everything together, put it in, left, come back, it was cooked, and then I add my topping.
This might be a silly question. I hope I'm not the only one thinking it. You could not cook meat in there though, right?
Sure you could.
Really?
Wow.
So I was thinking like chicken breast. Could you put
Sure you could. Sure you could. Hope you don't.
Wait. And why? Well, let's ask that question.
Yeah.
Why? Why I hope you don't.
I am 100% plant-based, and the proof is in my diet. The proof is in my body and what happened. The cholesterol. Anything from an animal has cholesterol in it, and we are herbivores by nature. And so when we eat things from an acidic nature, which is your animal proteins, then our body changes, and cancer is one of the diseases that cannot grow in an alkaline body. And when we take something from acidic nature, it changes our alkaline to acidic, and cancer can grow in an acidic body.
We were challenged on the debut show, both Mary and I, if we would, with our families, obviously to recap, Mary and her husband have 5 children. Sure. My wife and I have 2. And we have crazy lifestyles like most of us, listening in this room, whatever, like everybody. But we were challenged, would we potentially do a plant-based type diet? And I think we... Personally, I need the knowledge of what I can eat, and I guess my biggest thing, and I'm going to be blunt, I want to know if it's going to be good. I want to know if it's going to taste good. So I think that's just my part. What's your thoughts on that,
I think I
Mary?
even talked to my husband about it because he's a very big meat eater. I mean, we all are, but he's certainly, a meal is not a meal unless there's some sort of meat. But we did talk about it, and he said, I would definitely try it for a week. I mean, just... Even if we just broadened our horizons a little to maybe not have meat as often as we do. I love meat. I enjoy meat. But it would be nice to be able to not depend on or get stuck in the ruts that I do as far as just making the same things. It'd be great to say at least most of the meal will be more plant-based and or do a couple of days that are just plant-based. And, and I think if the kids, although they range in age from 4 to 15. There's 5 in there. So they're not too little to where they won't still want the other stuff. You know what I mean? The other stuff. That's it.
But you don't have to deprive them. There are so many good products out there on the market now that wasn't there before. When I first started into it, even 5 years ago, you just didn't have the products you have now. And there's a huge market out there, so they knew, hey, we got to capitalize on this. And I'm loving the fact that they're doing it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do without, especially not taste. Flavor, there is so much flavor in the food.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to go for this challenge because today is going to be the first step to say, okay, first let's educate, give us a little knowledge there, chef. And then number 2, what can we do to kind of move towards that? Okay, so what did you prepare? Because I can't believe the stuff you have brought today. We're going to show you on camera, but we're also going to let you know here, live on the dial. We're streaming around the world, obviously visually and in your headset and in your ears and wherever you're at, your computers or whatever. But let's talk about it.
I love tomato soup. I love soup. I'm a soup and salad girl. And especially during the winter when it's cold, I want to make good soup. So tomato is one of my favorite, especially with a grilled cheese sandwich. It's
Okay.
like you dip that grilled cheese into your tomato soup. So I thought, what better thing to bring here than tomato soup to share with you guys, because I know you're going to love it. So simple. I mean, anybody can make this. You don't even need a fancy blender. You can make it with your cheap
My
blender,
little old
but it'll work.
It's
most
just
people
true.
do have the old,
I do have the
generic
very old
blenders,
thing.
and that's okay. You don't have to go out and buy new machines just to eat healthy, just so you know.
That's a good point.
Okay, so what's the ingredients in this tomato soup?
In
then?
the tomato soup, and I can do fresh tomatoes out of the garden if you want to. I mean, take it to whatever level you want, but I want it simple. So I would take an onion, a whole onion. I would just dice that onion up, put it in my crock pot, my cooker, whatever you want to. And then I would dice up a little bit of garlic. I love basil in my tomato soup, so I put some fresh basil in there with it. And I just opened up a couple cans of tomatoes, and I use a chicken style seasoning to give it a little bit of that fat taste, and with chicken is really a good offset in tomato. It's non-GMO, it is non-MSG, and there's no animal protein in it at all, but it just gives a flavor like chicken. And I just put that in the pot, no water, no nothing, no oil, no butter. You don't have to put any of those
Holy
items
cow.
in there.
I know that sounds
Freaks me out.
too easy.
And
Yes.
well, you can smell it.
Yes.
I mean, it has a wonderful smell to it because I'm letting my vegetables marry together and just take on that aroma and also the flavor when you taste it. And then I do diced tomatoes and I put them in my Vitamix and I puree it, and then I add something to cream it, which today I'm using a Tofutti sour cream. You can buy this at Kroger, you can buy this at Martin's, you can buy this at almost every grocery store out there now. And it is totally 100% plant-based.
And you're showing it in the camera right now. What is that one called again?
Tofutti
Tofutti.
sour cream. It's made with tofu.
Okay.
And it is amazing. I mean, even if you just taste this,
Okay.
you've got a little spoon there. Hey, let's taste. See,
All
look
right,
at
let's do the slide
look
on
at
there.
the look at the
Come on over.
consistency.
I did the cheese.
Come on over.
Don't be afraid.
really good.
Do it.
Ryan, get in here.
Yeah, all you're doing is tasting. This is just
Okay.
sour cream,
Here, Ryan, Beth, you see him walking to the camera.
but
Ryan,
it
you're right over there.
is
Try it a little
made
bit.
out of tofu.
Okay. So, here you go. Ryan, step over in the camera's view.
Yeah,
Mary, you're over there. Hold on.
Look at her. She's so
I'm like,
brave.
oh, I know this is me being brave.
Okay. I could actually see it.
Yeah, it does taste like sour cream.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
And it does the same thing sour cream does.
It does taste like sour cream.
And they even have a cream cheese.
Pull up that 3-camera
Okay,
shot
now
there,
the
Ryan.
now the cream cheese I would
Look.
definitely love. I'm not a big fan of sour cream, but this
This is
tastes
really
just
good.
like
Not
sour
bad.
cream.
It really
so,
is good.
I mean,
And it's healthier. It's lower in fat. There's no animal protein. So, I mean,
Wow.
all
This is
around,
yeah,
it's much
this is
better
tastes just
for
like
you.
sour cream. Yeah.
It does. And I make cheesecakes. I'm called the cheesecake
Oh,
connoisseur.
Yum.
hold on, listen up.
Now
Me and
that's-
cheesecake freaks,
I
go
lo-
for it.
Yeah, I
And
love
crazy.
I'm talking total plant-based.
Okay.
And I do a chocolate. I do a raspberry
Wait,
almond.
How
I do,
could you do
But
that?
you didn't bring
No,
those.
I
I'm
didn't bring.
kidding.
I
Yeah.
should bring. I'll have to come back and bring you some
That's
cheesecakes
it.
that
Next
I.
time.
Tech team over at the headquarters of Younger Life Live.
Yeah.
This is going to be segment 2, 3, and
Let's
10.
go ahead. Yeah,
You're
2,
coming in
3,
every
yeah,
month. We
2,
love
3,
you.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that
I'm
would be
known for my
great.
cheesecakes. Totally 100% plant-based.
Wow.
And I do a pumpkin cheesecake. I do an almond cheesecake.
you.
Everybody loves my pecan praline
Oh,
cheesecake.
wow, yeah.
I mean, but I have to ask you, someone's saying out there, but does it taste like cheesecake? That's me. I want the taste.
This tastes like sour cream. So
Okay.
I believe her.
Suck up.
When my
I do.
when my cameraman, the first time I made this on one of the networks that I film with, and he's like, I can't eat this. I'm a cheesecake connoisseur.
Yeah.
And he came and tasted it. Now he was not plant-based, and he said, Melody, I would give this close to a 9.
Right.
Wow.
And he
That's
said, this is
fantastic.
amazing. And every time I come there, he's like, are you making cheesecake? Because I've made so many different varieties. And people who would eat them would not know unless I told them ahead of time that they were eating a vegan
I
cheesecake.
think that is the key a little bit is, if you do know, you're kind of expecting it, like we've talked about once before, you're expecting it to be different. So you kind of go into it a little more skeptical than if you just said, "Oh, try my cheesecake." You know what I mean, or my whatever, anything.
Sometimes it's almost, and you know this as a mom, we all know this. Sometimes it's almost easier, and I'm sure you've done this before, being who you are. I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but you present it to your company.
Oh,
Hey
yeah.
guys, you want some cheesecake? And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, is this delicious?
And you know,
And
I
you go,
do,
"Ha ha."
I do it on purpose, especially my cheese balls. I make these phenomenal cheese balls that are cheeseless.
Okay.
And I'll put all this stuff out, you know, fix all this
Yeah.
fare, have it out. People start eating it, and they watch me. They'll wait to see what I'm going to eat, to see what's vegan. And they don't know my
Oh.
meatless meatballs, all of it. You know, I'll put it out. Everything's vegan. And then they're eating thinking, oh, yeah, it's safe. They
Yeah,
call it
yeah.
safe. And they'll get to eating it. And then they'll see me eating it. And they're like, I didn't think you ate meat and you didn't eat dairy. Oh, I don't.
And you
Neither
go,
are you.
"Ha ha."
We just
That's
had
awesome.
an instant text, Carl. He said she talked about it this whole time. I want to see her cheese stuff. Carl wants to see your cheese. You have to talk about your
the
cheese
cheese-
dip.
oh,
All right, so I want to
okay.
talk about this a little
Yes,
bit.
because this is actually
Right.
one of the recipes from that you and Mark Anthony do,
Okay.
right? Yes.
Well, he has a version. I have a version. You know,
Okay.
there are so many different versions
Okay, I
because
like
you
this.
can do this cheese sauce totally 100% fat free.
Okay.
Really?
By using cream. I take brown rice and I puree it. And you would be shocked. It works great. And then you can put carrots, you can put red bell peppers, you can do pimentos.
This all sounds
To
I
make
know.
it
I'm
color
thinking
for the
it's so
color.
early, and I'm like hungry for.
Oh,
food.
I mean, they're
you know,
like food
so
any
it's
time
just.
of the
I
day.
know it's just funny.
you could do. And then I make a great queso. I love hot spicy
See, that's-
things.
yeah.
I do mac and cheese, which I brought some with me.
Okay, we're gonna eat all this. Okay,
Yeah.
let's.
Yes.
I want
Okay,
to
so
talk
the
about
cheese,
this cheese.
the recipe that the
Chef
tech
Mark,
team,
yeah.
had
The
sent,
tech team.
had sent me to say, try this at home.
Yeah.
You know, tell us about your experience on finding the ingredients.
Okay.
Which were not there. It's very basic, but it is a vegan cheese dip, and I love cheese. I am a cheeseaholic. I think
Yes.
I could never see myself giving cheese up, but I was making it early this morning, and even while I was making it, this is terrible. It makes me sound so, I don't know, like a child. But I was thinking, I am not gonna like this. Even while it's blending, I was thinking, it's not gonna be the same. It's delicious, and I know it's so funny. I took one chip at home. I had a regular
Sure.
nacho chip at home and tasted it. It was so good. I don't think anyone would know if I made it at home. It's got a little bit of spice to it, but I don't really think it is. I think it's the chicken seasoning that gave it that flavor.
He puts
possibly.
potato and chicken seasoning and carrots and onions.
It's potatoes it was potatoes and carrots, onion powder, garlic, and a little bit of lemon juice and sea salt. And it was, and then chicken seasoning. And I couldn't find the brand. I'll note the recipe that I was sent. I couldn't find the brand, and it also had nutritional yeast in it.
Yeah, nutritional yeast flakes for vegans is our vitamin B12.
Oh, really?
Okay.
But it's also tastes just like cheese. And if I had to,
It was just like flakes, and I thought,
yeah, do you know
am
what
I
it looks
putting in
like?
this? You know?
It actually looks like goldfish food.
It does. We have a goldfish, Goldie.
Yes, it looks. That's what
Hi,
it looks
Goldie.
like.
Hi, Goldie. How are you,
It
Goldie?
looks like goldfish food, but it makes everything taste like cheese. So I use it.
Really?
I incorporate it into a lot of my recipes. Now the one that I made today because I thought, okay, people are out there thinking, I've got kids. My kids like mac and cheese.
Right.
I like mac and cheese.
My kids.
I like
both
mac
of them.
and
I
cheese,
love
too.
it too.
Oh yeah, I love mac and
I
cheese.
try not to eat it, but I like it.
And it's so versatile. I can make mac and cheese. I can make a cheesy, creamy broccoli soup. I can take and mix this with brown rice and broccoli and make a cheese rice broccoli casserole. You can treat this like you would Velveeta. So
Wow.
you can do just about anything versatile in that way. You can put like your thickening agents.
Sure.
And you can actually make it sliceable. You can actually
really?
slice it. And I've done hot pepper jack cheese. I've done like a
That's
mozzarella. I've done an
crazy.
almond cheese. So you can do so much with it by that basic same recipe, but changing your thickening units.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get to try some of this
Yes,
stuff.
I was gonna say.
So
do
you're
you
gonna
want
throw
me-
us up to the camera.
do
Go
you
for
want
it.
me to heat it? Or
Sure,
you
if you
just
want.
put it out?
Ryan, could you jump in? You leave the 3-camera shot up here.
Okay,
Ryan
first of
Beth
all,
is our executive
I
producer.
I don't know how good these
Put
are.
that
You
in the
have to tell
camera.
me.
Well,
I
you know
did-
what we'll do is we're going to read that label, and I'm gonna teach you a little bit about how reading labels and how they
Please.
affect us.
Come here.
I did bring
Say
granola
hi.
bars and stuff that
Say
we
hi.
typically eat at home.
See?
So-
you know, while you're doing that, I've got some here too, and I'm going to mix it up, and that way
Okay.
you can see and you can try it too,
Perfect.
because there's two variations here.
Okay.
Perfect.
And I'm the kind of chef that I say, hey, put in what you like. Use the ingredients you like, the taste that you like, but use the best ingredients you can in
Fantastic.
there.
I'm going to heat this real
Okay,
quick.
Ryan will take it to the microwave for you, so we can do that. Ryan Beth is our executive producer. I'm Rick Federici, Mary Anthony, of course, here, Chef Melody. Now, everybody's getting this going, so we've got healthy recipes. We've got different things going. How much of a preparation did it take you a while to prepare that,
It did
Mary
not.
Anthony?
It didn't. It was more or less making sure. I got all the ingredients yesterday afternoon, and then and I, like I said, I couldn't find the chicken seasoning that was listed, and I looked. I even asked someone.
Sure.
And they said we don't even carry that brand at all, and I thought. Okay, well, I just bought any. I thought, you know what? If it's a flop and it's my fault, I know clearly everybody likes this cheese dip. Other people have had it. If it ends up not
Is it
turning
yellow?
out, it is.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy? It's a very, it has the consistency of a cheese dip. It is delicious, and I was shocked. So it was very easy to prepare. The longest thing was boiling the potatoes and carrots. Honestly, the rest of it I got ready, and I thought, when are these things going to be soft? It didn't take long, though. It's just
All right.
you do the same for mashed potatoes.
Here's my question. Now, you have what I think is pasta noodles, correct?
Brown rice pasta noodles. So
Can you
if somebody
explain that?
is gluten-free, and it's a whole grain, so they're not getting a refined product there,
Thank
which
you,
we
Ryan.
want it as whole as possible. So I'm using a gluten-free brown rice pasta, like a spiral pasta, and then I'm putting the cheese sauce I made over it, and I can even add carrots, onions, all kind of things to it, and make a soup, like a cheesy pasta soup.
Wow.
So I can take
Okay.
to another level.
Okay, so you're dipping that together. I definitely want to try this. I know you want to try this. Ryan Beth is like, you're salivating right here. Okay, come on up here real quick, Ryan, and go ahead. You know what? We could. I want you to show it in the camera if you don't mind first.
I don't mind at all.
This is Mary's.
This is the cheese dip that
This is
that
the
I was
cheese
sent.
stuff.
Not my recipe.
Okay,
Someone sent
put
it
it right
to
up to
me.
the camera, and we're looking at. Okay, it
See,
looks
spill out.
so good.
It looks like cheese. It moves like cheese. It smells really good. It's very, very good.
Now, are we gonna try that on a? Yeah, sure.
I
just
like
gonna-
I said, these chips. You just
Wow.
set it down.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this right up here. Looks beautiful. Ryan, come on up to the mic. Does this look cheesy to you?
When I actually had it in the microwave, at first I actually thought it was cheese.
Okay.
It
So-
looks like cheese and everything. Do you have scissors?
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll grab them. Here's a knife right here.
Now, what do you think about the look of this? Does this look a little bit like Velveeta to you?
It so does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put this down right
And
over
then if
here.
you take Rotel, the little cans of Rotel, you could pour that in there and you have your queso. That simple. So this is a staple for me in my refrigerator, cheese sauce.
This is incredible. So what I'm gonna do, so if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna grab one of these organic chips. Marion, you could do whatever. I'm gonna grab one of these right here. We're just gonna dip it in, and I'm gonna take a spoon and just do it like this. It'll be just easier for me. All right. So I'm gonna put. Ryan, you got to do this too. All right. So
I'll take that spoon.
here we go. I want to show you this chip. I'm going to show you this organic chip.
I'm eating off the lid.
All right.
Okay, Ryan. There's some mac and
Isn't
cheese.
that
my
really
God.
good? Isn't that delicious? Honestly,
I am blown away on how good that
and
is. Oh my gosh, I am not kidding you.
I'm not kidding you. When I'm
Explain to me, chef, what we just ate. You know the recipes, plural.
Yes, this recipe here, this is one that Mark does when he travels around because most people, they don't want to just hear, I need to eliminate these products. What are you
Right.
going to give me in place of them? I want something that tastes good, something my kids will eat. And so he made this with potatoes and carrots and onions or the onion powder, puts a little lemon juice, the chicken seasoning in there, and purees it without any thickening agent at all because the potatoes will bind it and thicken it up. Mine's a little bit different version, but they all work and they have a little bit different flavor, but don't
have
you
a
think
little
they
bit of
taste
that.
good?
You are going to freak out. You are going to flip out. WIMS, Younger Life Live. What do you want? Spoon, fork? You do whatever you want.
And the
Wait
good
till
thing
you
about
taste
this, you can put this in the oven like a casserole. You can put cracker crumbs, whatever in the bottom.
I cannot believe this. I would easily, my family would love this.
This
Ryan,
is delicious.
Talk to me. Come on
This,
up.
this is absolutely just, it's fantastic.
Incredible.
Does it taste like mac and cheese?
It's
It
better.
does.
It's
Okay.
better. I
It's
taste.
better.
Is there pepper in it?
There is bell pepper in it.
That's what
I
I
was
put.
gonna say,
Delicious.
like
I
a
put
kid.
a
Love
red
that.
bell
Oh
pepper
my
in
gosh.
there for the color because you have to give it a color. So carrots, tomatoes, bell peppers are my favorite.
You know, I love that I can't see the peppers because having children, they want to go, ooh, I don't want that red thing. I don't want that. You know what I mean? So I think especially the littler ones.
I think my biggest
wouldn't even-
worry as a person was you always hear the horror stories of noodles or eating pasta. That's the carbs. It's bad for you. I mean, I am not kidding you. I could easily
This is
eat
delicious.
2 plates of this
You know,
right now.
and I've
It's that
lost
good.
my weight eating lots of carbohydrates. But you've got to separate the difference in the carbohydrates. There's a complex carb, which is natural, or there is a simple carb, which is processed. So brown rice, whole grain, millet, quinoa pasta is great. It's not refined. But you don't want your white pastas. Those are the pastas that are just simple carbohydrates.
Can we and I talked to the tech team and we were going to be giving away healthy cookbooks. I would easily so I would say I'll do this for a week. If my daughters tried this, I would literally make it and say I wouldn't even say anything.
That's it. I wouldn't either. Just say this
I
is
would just to see the
we're having
reaction.
cheesy noodles. And
Check this out. It's a brand new recipe that one of
Yeah.
the chefs that came to the studio
Right.
gave me. Chef, this is like absolutely
It's incredible.
phenomenal. And I
Great.
am not kidding you. You have to try this. Where can we get these recipes at?
Well, you can go out to melodyprettyman.com, chefmarkanthony.com. There's other networks out there that actually have our recipes. They can contact me. I have cookbooks. I ship them all over the United States.
Oh my gosh.
So
great.
you can go to our YouTubes and see Chef Mark Anthony and I doing these products, and we actually demonstrate live and cook them, and you can get the recipes right there. So and they're free.
This is really, really good.
The pasta, I have one more question about. Now, you
Yes.
can buy that kind of pasta rather than have to make it. You know what I mean? The
Oh,
noodles.
I don't have time to make that.
Oh, good. Well,
Absolutely.
you know, a lot of people say, make
and you
your
can
noodles.
get them in
Are
all
you
your
kidding?
grocery stores. My favorite is Tinkiata. That's the
Okay.
brand because it really holds together better because it's hard to get your gluten-free pastas to hold together. But there are always in every store, Walmart out there, they even sell Tinkiata, but you can use your
Tinkiata.
whole wheat.
Tinkiata. I like
Yeah,
just to
I like
say
whole
it.
wheat too.
So these are good for you. So if we did go to a plant, so this I think to educate people because I wouldn't know. This is considered a plant-based diet. This
whole plant-based, absolutely.
wow.
Yeah, that's plant-based.
Wow.
And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for anything, I say, that doesn't have a mother or face.
Did you want a chip? Did you try a chip on that
Oh,
tip?
I did.
Did you like that?
It was fantastic.
It's so good.
awesome.
They have great flavor.
Beyond
you
great
just have
flavor.
to get beyond the thing.
I
of,
would
it's
tell
not
you
meat
if
or
I didn't
dairy.
like it. I'm telling you.
Would you be able to tell us how bad these chips are?
Yeah.
I can.
tried to buy,
Again.
organic, no.
Right, no MSG, no GMO.
I got it out of the
you know,
natural
MSG is an
food.
cytotoxin, so that's why a lot of people eliminate those from the diet. I'm not only a chef, but I am a certified plant-based nutritionist. So I have done my certification and my research for years on nutrition, and I know what I'm talking about. But right here you have a product that about 14 chips is a serving, and 140 calories. And out of those 140 calories, 60 of the calories are from fat. So this product here, if you take 140, divide it in half, which would be what, 70?
70.
So your product here is 45% fat. And you should never exceed more than 20% fat from any given food you eat because that's what's piling on our weight.
How do you learn that? I know you are well educated, but I mean, like for the
Like the
normal guy or
normal
gal, like the
person,
middle
right.
class guy, like me, saying, I read labels, but I have said this to people time and time again. I will read a label and say, okay, you hear somebody say, if it's got protein, it's good, but then you see carbs and you see
Yes.
sugar and you see total fats, you see saturated fat, you see potassium, you see, I don't know
Right.
how to, read it. Right.
It's too,
It's
or
hard.
even,
It's
I
very
look in the
complicated.
naturally, all the natural food section, pick out these chips versus a regular old tortilla chip of any sort?
Well, first of all, marketing is huge out
Right.
there, and they spend billions of dollars a year trying to make sure that their product is going to be on the shelf and seen. And a lot of what you see here, like this one here, a Simple Truth organic, organic blue corn tortilla, and down here at the bottom it says 140 calories, 6 total fat, 100 milligrams of sodium, no sugars. This is what we call subliminal advertising, because we want you to look here. We do not really want you to read this label if you know anything about nutrition, because you're going to find out the truth of how much fat's really in it. Whether it's trans fats, whatever kind of fat's in here, we should have minimal fats in our diet, especially whenever they're a fat that's a trans fat.
Right.
Or
You're hitting something here on the head, though. If I looked at that at the store with my wife Norma, and like say we're in the produce section,
Right
and
here.
I saw this, and it said organic,
Right.
and it's blue chip, and it's tortilla. I'm going, honey, that looks
gotta be
great.
better.
It's got to be good.
It's got to be better
Exactly.
I can't believe you just said that, because that is me. I'm that
that.
guy.
Well, most people are that
Right, well,
way.
and you think, especially as a mother, you think you're doing better and choosing better. But I mean,
And nobody turns this around, basically. And outside produce doesn't have this because it's not altered. Okay,
Yeah.
so once we leave the state of the my favorite part of the store, which is the produce aisle, then they have to start putting the labels on it, because they have added or they've deleted things out of our natural food. So right here, the first ingredient is corn, but the second ingredient is canola oil. So we know this is going to be high fat because of its placement. And then next to it is sunflower and or safflower and or canola again. So we know after corn, basically we've got nothing left but oil. And we know oil is a product from a whole product. Once it's processed, then we have a non-essential fat, when we started with an essential fat. And then sea salt. So basically we've got corn, oil, and salt. Corn's good for you. Low sodium. Sodium should be very low on our list, but it's just full of fat. So this is the density, the high density food that we're getting a lot of calories.
All right, I have a question.
Yeah.
Off with the chips. So, problem number one there, Mary Anthony.
yeah.
I was not.
Last thing about the chips.
Sure.
What kind would you suggest to buy a chip?
Yeah,
that
what would you have?
Because
I
I do look at the label.
I really don't eat
Oh, you
chips
don't?
because I know what they are. For me, I buy the organic corn tortillas, and I take lemon juice and a lot of different seasonings. I dredge them in there, put them in the oven, and I make them without any oil at all.
Say that again. Okay, so you take what's the tortilla?
A corn tortilla.
Corn tortilla.
And I cut it like in
Yeah.
eighths, like
Okay,
a pie.
got it.
Little
And I
chips.
take fresh lemon juice.
Cool.
And like garlic, onion, your cayenne pepper, your salt, whatever you want it to taste like. Some of the cheesy flakes, if you want barbecue, whatever flavor you want on that chip. And I dredge it through there, put it in the oven on about 250, 300, turn it, and it
For
comes
how
out
long?
crispy. Every oven varies, so I'd say 15, 20 minutes.
Really?
You want to dry it out and get it crispy.
And it tastes that good. I'm telling you, based on these two cheeses you ladies have brought, and actually that, now you wouldn't
Can you
consider
open
that
it? Get
pasta,
a
that'd be
knife or open
great. It is unbelievable, the taste.
Right.
It is.
Absolutely.
And now I brought something
Thank you,
with me
Ryan.
today. These are called almond nut fins.
Can you spin that around to the camera real quick? There
and,
you go.
And a lot of
Perfect.
people will
Thank
look at
you.
this and say, "Oh, nuts, they're fat. They're good essential fat." But when you read the label here, you get 17 crackers, 130 calories, and 20 of those calories are from fat. So this puts about 15% of the calories are from fat. So this is a much better item to purchase, like for your kids, and they taste so good. And these are gluten-free. So some people out there, gluten-free is really huge right now, but they have them with gluten. It doesn't matter. But you've got a product that is less processed.
See, this is incredible to me. You would be a wonderful, wonderful teacher, professor, because
Right.
I'm learning so much today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm shocked.
I would love.
My
honestly,
mind's
do you know
reeling,
what?
thinking.
I don't know if you'd be up for this, and I know the tech team's listening right now. And thank you to Ryan Beth, our executive producer. You see him; he's here. Camera guy, and then some. Let's go shopping. And I would love maybe the next time that you're in, maybe we could go shopping with the chef and do an extended show.
Oh, that would
like
be
a
great.
couple of hours,
Yeah.
like 1, 2,
Now,
3 hours.
I'm
going to show you
to
this.
taste this. This is a product that you can buy in most of your health food stores. a lot of your grocery stores now. This is a vegan
Phenomenal.
cheese.
Oh my gosh.
This is what I make my grilled cheese sandwiches out of, and it melts so well.
I love
This
cheese.
is
It
better.
tastes
This is better than cheese.
And your fat, you've got much
Come
less
on.
fat. Now this product, I call it Cheo. It's probably pronounced something different.
Gosh, is that good?
But this slice of cheese is only 60 calories. And when you have the cheese in the store, it's much higher than that in fat and calories.
I could easily see this being made on, like as a sandwich. What would you use for? I was going to say bread. What would you use for the bread, or do you not use bread? It's plant based. How do you do that?
My favorite bread is Ezekiel. I love Ezekiel bread. It is just my
Can you
favorite.
explain what that is to the audience?
It's a brand, and it's made, instead of with flours, they actually use the, I put it right in front of the camera. They use the sprout of the grain. So they use the sprouted grain and make it very low in sodium, no oil, no sugars. It's just a very good product. And most grocery stores carry it, but you'll find it in the frozen department.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, 4.9, 4.9, and there's different varieties of it, but it is the healthiest bread out there. But, there are still good breads. I buy a whole grain bread if I'm using bread, for sure.
How do you know what to look for in a bread? Because I will tell you right now, the choices out there, as we all know, are just endless. You go to the bread
It's overwhelming,
aisle.
honestly.
I know, me too.
You look and you're trying to pick the best option, but then you hear, sometimes whole grains, especially if somebody
Whole
might.
wheat.
Yeah, you don't know, but then
And that's what you need to see. Enriched means it was processed. So you want to look for the whole grains. You want to look for the placements, because if it's whole wheat as your first ingredient, that's good. And then you might have oats as your next ingredient. You might have millet as your next ingredient. Those are all good whole grains. Then you might have honey. You might have salt. You might have a leavening,
Sure.
like your yeast. Those are good items. But if you start out with enriched flour and oil and butter and things like that, milk, then I got to back away from this one. So you have to start reading the labels and read the ingredients. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. I mean, seriously.
It's a good point, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
I've always told people, if you can't pronounce that and you don't know what it means, don't buy that product. Go home. The internet is right at our fingertips. All we have to do is Google it in there, and you can find exactly what that ingredient is. And most of the time, it's toxic.
What kind of a learning curve was this for you? Because obviously,
Years.
I mean, honestly, wow.
I have read every book possible out there. I have researched everything. I went to school for nutrition, and I love our doctors, and we need them.
Absolutely.
But you could put 500 doctors in a auditorium and stand there, and they would not have the combined information with nutrition as I do as one
Right.
person. Because I have spent so much time doing it. I didn't want to feel unhealthy anymore. And I wanted to help people, so I knew I had to learn.
well,
So I had
you're
to make
definitely
it
holding
totally
steady.
change.
And has it been since you've lost the weight, you have reacclimated your life and stuff? Have you kept it off? I mean, is everything cool for
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, because you look fantastic.
I want to lose more. I've got probably about 20 pounds to what I want as my
Wow.
ideal
Oh, my
weight.
goodness.
But I have no problem with that. I know it's coming off. And I have celiac disease, and I have
And what's that?
Hashimoto. That is somebody who can't tolerate wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And Hashimoto is an immune thyroid disease, which I'm not supposed to lose weight. It keeps weight on me, but I do very well because I eat good food. So
See,
there's a
this,
total
this is really, really awesome.
It's crazy to
It's
me.
an eye-opening experience today here on
really
Younger Life
is.
Live.
I'm thinking, oh my
I would
goodness,
easily
this is-
do all this so far.
Do you mind? I
This
brought
is
a
great.
couple granola bars that we would typically. I already know, really, without even looking at them.
Well, I've got some too.
Although I like to see the almond crackers because I brought almonds as one of the snacks that we all like at home.
That's awesome. Us as well. Okay, so what did you hand over there to young Ryan Beth?
I handed him some of my. I'm going to sit this over
Yeah,
here.
please.
I made the chia pudding, and I just threw
And
this
what's
together.
in this one, Chef?
This chia pudding is one where you do the chia seed, any kind of milk that you want to use, and I use the coconut milk with this one. And I love this product that's made out of coconut. It's a Cool Whip without dairy in it, so it's made with
Holy
which is
cow.
coconut. So your kids, they want a dessert. They don't. They're like, Mom, where's our chocolate pudding?
That's it.
And it tastes. The texture of it is a little bit like a tapioca. And chia is a great essential aminos for us. So you have your omega 3s
that's
and
really
your
good.
omega 6 in your chia, and that's what thickens it. Because whenever it hits liquid, it actually.
Here we go. Here goes.
So
That
try
whipped
it.
cream tastes.
Now this is with stevia, so there's no refined sugar in your pudding.
It's
Oh
good.
my
Isn't that whipped
gosh.
cream like you would? That is
I'll eat that by
identical.
itself.
I know it.
I mean, that's
tastes
that's
how
it. I could
wonderful-
just eat that for dessert.
Oh, I know it.
That's so good.
And you can buy this in a lot of the stores now. They're getting smart out there and saying, hey, we don't want to
like
lose
this.
these customers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to make something, we're
Mm.
going to bring them in here and sell them in a lot of your grocery stores now.
I am really digging this.
I'm shocked.
freaked
I am.
out.
I'm
I am
blown
freaked
away
out
thinking
today.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Me
I think that's my
either.
problem.
And just like-
I'm racing, going. Oh my gosh, I want to do this. What is that?
We're probably going to be off the air before we'll have time to, but I even brought an almond ice cream. And the fat in it, I counted the fat of the regular ice cream was 240 calories per half cup.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is 120 calories per half cup. And this is a root beer float. I can make my kids, myself, I love root beer floats.
Mm-hmm.
It's made with stevia. There's no sugar in it.
Wow. Now that root beer is just. You could just drink the root beer.
You can just drink the root
My
beer.
kids
It
love
tastes
root beer.
I do too, and I just don't drink.
I
it
do
because
only
it's
every
too-
now
the
and
sugar.
then. Yeah, well,
really-
look, that's no sugar. That's
No
crazy.
Can I ask you back to this because I'm showing you?
Yeah.
This is. I love the whipped cream, like you said, or whatever that is. But the bottom part, what is in that? I think that's really good.
Okay, that's your chia seed. That's your.
That's chia- this is chia seed?
This is the milk I use, the calafia. I love this because the ingredients, when you look at the back, there's just a few ingredients.
And you getting that at your local store?
You can get this at Kroger. You can get this at Martin's locally here, but I've seen it at most every store.
Really?
If not this brand, there are brands similar to it. You can get almond, you can get soy, you can get
Yeah.
rice, you can get hemp.
And that's
there's
good for you?
everything. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. You can have
I'm eating the whole
8
thing.
ounces
I know.
of this is 45 calories. 8 ounces. One full
Wow.
cup is 45 calories.
Ryan, Beth, get over here and talk about that chia stuff. You just finished the entire thing. I'm almost done.
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic, and I mean, I'm not new to chia seeds. Like I've got actually my lunch today is a peanut butter and honey sandwich, but I put chia seeds on there too. I always put them in my
Because of your
smoothies.
omegas.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
It was absolutely delicious.
And I can change this. I can make strawberry. I can make pumpkin. I've made so many
Yeah.
different puddings by using the same base. And I just change up whatever flavoring I give it.
Wow.
Yeah, this is great. Someone's saying you guys are making me hungry, but I've learned so much. Talk a little bit, if you wouldn't mind, about the root beer. That's what they said. The root
Yes.
beer. Talk a little bit more about it because in our home we don't drink pop.
We
for
do
that
every
exact
now and then, but
reason,
it would
you know
be
what I'm saying?
wonderful to have a
I
pop
don't
that's a
drink
little
pop
better for
either.
them.
I'm a water drinker, and I usually drink my water with a little lemon because that's an antioxidant and it helps keep your immune system built up.
Right.
So I always drink my water looks dirty, like oh, what's in that? But I like a treat now and then, and so I found this product, and I'm thinking 0 calories. Okay, what chemicals?
Yeah.
And I got to reading, I'm thought, wow, they're using stevia, which stevia looks like mint when it's grown. It's just a plant, and you can they dry it, they dice it up. I actually have a big 1 pound bag, and it looks like dried grass. And you could steep it with a quart of hot water and make tea, and it tastes like sweetened Southern tea.
Wow.
It is just amazing what you can do
Wow.
with it. And here they put it in a root beer, so I'm thinking Saturday night, Scrabble night, popcorn.
Scrabble's my favorite.
And and then
What
on
would
top
you
of that,
What would you have for popcorn? I gotta
Yeah,
ask you.
I know.
I'm
I think
dying.
I like buy
this
it
is
all
great.
natural. Like
I do my popcorn in a air popcorn popper, and I put the nutritional yeast flakes, a little bit of red peppers like you put on pizza, and some salt, and I squeeze lemon juice and put it in a little container
On the
and
kernels?
spray my kernels so it sticks on there instead of butter.
Okay, someone just said you definitely need to bring this lady back. I will go shopping with you guys.
that would be great.
I think you have to. I'm so blown away on the show.
I'm overwhelmed.
I am
Truthfully,
too.
I'm thinking there's just so many.
And that's the thing. People just don't know what's available out there, and almost everything that you eat unhealthy, there is something healthy to replace it.
The United Way of LaPorte County entire team is watching, and they said, "Hey, who's that stud behind you? Is that your bodyguard, Federici?" No, that's Ryan Beth. That's right. Ryan, come on, say hi, wave. What's up, Dave? They're all listening, and they're all loving it. They're in the conference room. They're like, "Dude, this is incredible."
It is.
For the
It's
first time, they're
amazing.
chiming in and watching it. They listen, but this is great. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the stuff you brought. And we're almost coming up to the end of the show. We
see,
haven't
that
even
was the
tackled the
fastest
mango or the
hour.
avocado stuff, but that's okay.
Next
Okay.
time. Next time.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. Oh my gosh, you actually are going to make root beer floats for us, Chef? Yeah. Look at her. Yeah. I love you. Can you move in with us?
I know, right? Hey, remember that one time we had a question about if you could have a chef for 5 years? I think.
Oh, I'd
we'll
pay you
take her.
big. I'd pay you. She's like, Ricky, you can't pay me enough.
That's what I do. I've gone into many people's houses. I've had people hire me to come in and have 10, 15 women, and
That's
I just
good.
walk them through recipes.
Oh my gosh, I think
because
that's
there's
incredible.
very
That would
few
be a
people
great
that do
part,
that.
you
What
know.
a present.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a gift
I'll
of
go
life.
grocery shopping with them. I'll go through
We
their
have to do that.
cabinets.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
Teach them how to, retrain them how to shop, how to cook for their family and
First
their
off,
everyday life.
I'm very picky on my root beer,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got a great taste to it.
It does have a good taste.
Phenomenal.
You can. It's not as thick as normal root beer, which I like though.
Mm-hmm.
I like that about it. It's not as.
And stevia doesn't really have a bad aftertaste like a lot of your aspartames, your unhealthy sweeteners. So that's what I like about it.
What kind of ice? Spin that
Right,
around to
can
the
we-
camera.
That is almond vanilla.
Wow.
So it's made with
So
a
that's
vanilla
good
bean.
for you.
Well, this is the one where I told you, okay, it's 140 calories, 60 are from fat. The almonds are a good essential fat. In the store, I looked at many of the other varieties of the dairy ice creams, and the minimal was 240 calories, and the fat was well over 60%.
Wow.
So a lot of difference.
This is absolutely crazy.
It's good.
Insane. I am so loving this. You are so awesome. What a breath of fresh air.
I
This
know.
is
I love it. I
incredible.
think this should be once a month. I mean, honestly, I think people would not even for all the treats that we're having, but I mean, just the things you learn. I can't. Honestly, there's so many questions and thoughts. Thinking, it's so hard to try to narrow them all down. There's such a broad range.
I always, you can get me by my email, melodyprettyman@gmail.com. I don't know if it's okay to say that.
Of course.
On my website,
course.
melodyprettyman.com. It's totally being reworked right now. And you can call me. I always give my phone number out. If I don't answer, I'll get back to you. But, I'm here to help people, educate them to eat healthier.
So you said you have a cookbook.
I do. It's called
do.
Simply Yummy.
Okay.
It's a plant-based cookbook, and I'm
I
working on
mean,
a
you could look it
second
up
one.
online and buy it, or
You can. You can go to my website. You can
Get it.
email me, call me.
Okay.
Give that
'Cause, I mean,
website
that
again.
would be right. I
It's
think absolutely.
Melody Prettyman. It's Melody, just like music, and my last name is Prettyman, PRETTYMAN @gmail.com.
Has this
That
been
would be
like an
great.
educational show?
Oh, absolutely. I can't.
I
I
love
really
this.
want to look up the cookbook. I think there are so many different things, even that I think I wouldn't like,
Mm-hmm.
that I would still like to try because I've been so surprised. Like I said, even as the cheese stuff was blending this morning, I was thinking,
20 seconds,
like,
kid.
I'll taste it, but and it was delicious. Everything. I'm so glad you came today. I'm
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Thank you.
And congrats again on the engagement.
Yeah,
You're awesome.
absolutely.
Thanks to our Younger Life Live tech crew. Thank you very much. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
And of course,
Melody Prettyman.
thank you so much for joining us here on Girard Media's WIMS. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another segment of Younger Life Live. Have a good one.
M 1420 WIMS Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.